protein and vegetarians, there is often great debate over whether or not vegetarians and vegans get enough protein. There are different types of vegetarians, just as there are different types of proteins. For instance, a flexitarian is a vegetarian who may occasionally eat meat, typically fish. An ovo-lacto-vegetarian is one that does not eat meat of any kind, at any time, but does eat dairy foods and eggs because they do not require killing the animal. A vegan is a person that does not eat or use any product made from or by any kind of animal. Many parents are bewildered when their teens come home and announce that they are going to become vegetarians, and they worry that they are not getting enough nutrition with their newfound diet. As long as they are getting enough variety in the foods that they eat, their protein, calcium and other nutrient intakes are surprisingly healthy. The types of protein: there are two types of protein, the complete and the incomplete. All proteins are made up of around 20 amino acids. Of these, there are 8 that are called essential amino acids, because the body cannot make them on its own. In children, there is an additional amino acid, histidine, which is considered to be essential, but in most adults, there is the ability to synthesize it in the body. A protein that is all 8, isoleucine, valine, leucine, threonine, phenylalanine, methionine, tryptophan and lysine, is considered to be complete. An incomplete protein is one that is lacking one or more of the essential amino acids. All plant proteins are incomplete, with the exception of soy and soy-based products such as tofu. Grains, nuts and seeds, for instance, are typically low in the essential amino acids isoleucine and lysine, while legumes tend to be low in tryptophan and methionine. Source: Ben Best. Amino acids are all composed of simple compounds of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen and linked together to form chains, which are called peptides. The typical protein contains more than 500 amino acids. During digestion, the proteins are broken down into their base amino acids, which are absorbed and then used by the body to make new amino acids and to perform a number of other tasks and functions in the body. Protein plays a vital role in neurotransmission, digestion, sleep and even in the forming of RNA and DNA, the building blocks of life. For those who are concerned that there is not enough intake of any nutrient, including protein, there is always the chance to use supplements, which can be a beneficial and easy way to make sure that the body is getting everything that it needs to maintain its proper health and activity level. Protein supplements include liquid protein shots, protein shakes and powders and snacks, like protein puddings and protein bars. For those who are following a strict vegan diet, the choice in these supplements might be limited, while the ovo-lacto-vegetarian can use products made from whey or soy. If the ingredient label includes collagen, it is not fitting for a vegetarian diet because it is derived from the connective tissue of animals. Casein is an ingredient derived from milk or cheese, as is whey. How much protein is enough? One of the many advantages of a vegetarian diet is having an adequate, but not excessive, protein intake. While protein is one of the vital nutrients and is necessary for the function of every cell in the body, it is also one that can be problematic if there is too much present. To find out how much protein you need, you simply need to do a little math using this simple formula: calculate your weight in kilograms by taking your weight in pounds and dividing by 2.2. Multiply that number by 0.8 to get your daily protein requirements. There are certain factors that may influence the amount of protein that you need, however. If you are sedentary, your need will drop by half, so that you will only need around 0.4 grams of protein per kg of body weight. If you are active and do light exercises 1 to 3 times per week, your need can vary from 0.5–0.8 grams. If you are very active and you do moderate to intense exercises 4 or more times per week, for between 30 to 60 minutes, your need may increase to 1 gram per kg of body weight. Bodybuilders typically need between 1.2 to 1.5 grams. Your daily intake of protein should not exceed 35% of your total daily calories. Those who are suffering from certain kinds of illnesses, have had a trauma, burns or recent surgery might benefit from some additional protein until they have healed adequately. Women who are pregnant or nursing do have an increased need for protein, not only to support the development of their baby, but for a number of functions in their bodies as well. For instance, blood volume increases by about 50%, and the extra protein is key to creating the new blood cells. In most pregnant women, the requirement may be at least 60 grams or more. Lactating women need about 20 grams more than they normally do until the baby has been fully weaned. Source: Medio Consult. Children who are younger than 18 years old might have an increased need for protein as well, with the level tapering off slowly to the adult level by the time they reach 19. The need for protein is never higher than in the first 6 months of life, when a baby needs 2.2 grams of protein per kg of body weight. Source: U.S. Guideline on Protein and Diet. It is important to note that while there is concern that there is not enough protein in the diet of vegetarians or vegans, there is also concern that there is too much protein in the diets of everyone else. Too much protein can be a problem for those who have diabetes, kidney disease or Parkinson's disease. In addition, too much protein can lead to osteoporosis in those who are prone to it, as well as kidney stones and gallstones. How much protein is in the typical vegetarian or vegan diet? The average diet gets about 14 to 18% of the total calories consumed from protein. Most recommendations are to stay well below 35%. The typical vegan diet is close, with about 10 to 12% of the calories coming from protein. Source: Angels, PhD, RD. Of course, an ovo-lacto-vegetarian or a flexitarian will get more protein by default than a strict vegan, but unless they are only eating one food type, they are getting adequate nutrition from their diet. If you are a parent and are concerned, consult a pediatrician or nutritionist to make sure that your child is getting what they need. Conversely, if you are an adult and a new vegetarian of any level, it is important to make sure that you get all of the information that you need to be sure that you are not shortchanging your health in any way.